Hi everybody, thanks for joining us and welcome to the 27th episode of Fight Like the Movies, the tutorial series we study cinema's most epic fight scenes and employ we discover to develop a deeper understanding of film combat. I'm your instructor TJ Cencula. This week's lesson, the Harry Potter series. The film spanned from 2001 to 2011, directed by Chris Columbus, Alfonso Cuarón, Mike Newell, and David Yates. And the stunt coordinator for all 8 films, Greg Powell. Something awesome this way comes. Roll it! One of the aspects of the Harry Potter series that distinguishes it from other fantasy stories is that it actually takes place in the real world. It supposes that an underground society with magical abilities exists right under the noses of us regular old muggles. Magic influences every part of their lives, including combat. The fundamentally unique aspect of wizard dueling is the apparatus. Instead of a sword or gun, witches and wizards face off with their wands. Wizard dueling can be a formal contest with traditions similar to historical sword sports like fencing or duels with firearms. And it's actually a pretty good mix of the two, in that it combines projectile attacks with the ability to parry or counterattack. Fighters are protected by the rules of engagement, and under the right circumstances, wizard dueling can serve as a valuable exercise in training up young witches and wizards for the real thing. Cause it's not all fun and games. The uneasy circumstances that plague the wizarding world during Harry Potter's formative years forces many wand wielders to have to fight for their lives. A war is brewing. Some characters fight with honor, whereas others wouldn't think twice about hitting you with an unforgivable curse. Sometimes objects or creatures are conjured up to provide assistance, but mostly it seems wizard dueling in the field consists primarily of energy bolts and magic force field blocks. In J.K. Rowling's series of books, wizards and witches are required to correctly pronounce the verbal incantations in conjunction with the corresponding action of the wand in order to successfully cast a spell. Filmmakers determined that this limitation would significantly cripple the flow of a fight scene, so in order to pick up the pace and intensify the action in the film series, characters can unleash long strings of attacks without necessarily needing to verbally narrate their every move. A few spells that all self-respecting wizards or witches should possess in their arsenal before engaging in a wizard duel would be Stupefy, the stunning charm which renders its victim unconscious, Protego, the shield charm which protects and also causes minor curses and jinxes to rebound, and Expelliarmus, which is used to disarm an opponent of their wand, and in some circumstances actually making the wand betray its original owner. There are also a few spells so heinous that their very use is forbidden, and they were determined by the wizarding community to be unforgivable. While much is known of spells, charms, curses, jinxes, and potions, in fact the entire purpose of educational facilities like Hogwarts is to educate future generations of witches and wizards, much of the magical world remains a mystery. Crafty magic wielders have the ability to invent their own spells or learn how to manipulate existing spells in unexpected ways. This keeps Wizard War exciting for audiences, because when we see those wands drawn, you never can be sure what's going to come out of it. Swordplay School of Witchcraft and Wizardry is now in session. Let's meet the class. Ready those wands, this next spell is guaranteed to lead to action! The class today was all about wizard dueling. The unique thing about a wizard duel is it does not have any of the conventional style weapons that you might engage in a duel with. It has magic. And when magic is your primary weapon, a lot of what you see and the end result is the product of post-production effects. But the question we need to answer in the class is, what does the body actually do to aid the VFX artist to achieve the final result of what you see in the films? Whether you're getting punched by a fist, hit by a sword or an axe, or cast across the room by a magic spell, the one unifying force is energy. And that energy is something that needs to be reflected in the body, whether it's for real or not real. If you think about it, there's not that much difference between reacting to a punch in a fight scene that doesn't actually make contact with you and a magic spell that doesn't actually exist. What you do in your body is what's going to communicate to the audience what happened. One requirement of accurately communicating what's happening is very specific targets. If we're extremely specific about our intention, it will help to translate that once all of the other effects are applied after the fact. The other thing, and probably the most important thing, is the energetic match. You need to have precise targets, precise timing, and you need to be energetically in sync with your partner. All of those things are the same as they would be in any other duel. So instead of having the visual reinforcement that we're going where we're supposed to go, and being able to check in with our partner on each move because of the actual contact that we're making with weapons, we are having to time ourselves at range and making sure that our attacks, even though they're never actually making contact with each other, are happening in perfect synchronization. Once we memorize the choreography and figure out where we need to go, then we have the challenge of trying to figure out the push and pull, the ebb and flow of the energy. And that can be pretty tricky because we need to have a full understanding of what the effects of these spells are. And some of those things are hard to visualize, but for us to be able to perform something physically in our bodies, we have to have some idea about how this spell is affecting us. It is immensely challenging to perform a fight where most of the weapon is something that you can't even see, so you really have to tap into that actor instinct and embrace your inner imagination so that you can bring this fight to life in a way that not only makes sense to the performers in the scene, but it's going to translate so that the audiences get to experience it on the other side.
It's a remove requirement.
Ron, I think you should try first.
Me first? Yes, you first. You need to work on your bravery.
Exactly.
You just open it and fight the Bogart.
Yes.
Exactly.
Go on.
You, Miss Granger, are an insufferable know-it-all. You are expelled from Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and are henceforth forbidden to use magic. You may go. Bridget! Father? Try again, wanker. I'm you from the future. I'm future. Well, if what you just said is true, then you just called yourself a wanker. Who does live and will continue to
What the bloody hell is that?
You're being overcome by love. Something which you will never understand. A spell from which there is no defense.
Bring it.
Stupid! Loser.
Harry?
Harry?
Bloody hell, man.
What? What force could possibly cause this much devastation?
Love.
I think we need to break up.
Are you talking to me?
Special thanks to my fellow witch and wizards Diana Restrepo, Adam Kahn, Taylor Jeffers, and Brandon Pugmire for helping me make magic in our after hours shoot. And that is a wrap. Alright, I'm going to test out this new magic spell I've been working on. You guys can help me with this. You're my test subjects. Here we go. Ficus Lycus. Did it work? You click that like button? Alright, how about this one? Renibus Subscribus. If you found yourself overcome with a compelling urge to subscribe to this channel, then it means the spell was a success. Alright. Even if the magic didn't work, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with any witches or wizards you know out there. And we here at Fight Like the Movies don't discriminate. Share it with your muggle friends too. Follow us on Facebook where you can interact with the class, see behind the scenes footage. Why not start a dialogue? Have any film combat questions you'd like answered? Well, we happen to be in the business of answering them. Send them our way, and we will promptly reply. You can also keep tabs on us on Instagram and Twitter at Warrior Showdown. And what a magical and fantastic journey Fight Like the Movies has been. But like all good things, it is drawing to a close. Join us on Wednesday night from 8:30 to 10 p.m. for the last remaining sessions of Fight Like the Movies. All skill levels are welcome, and we would love to see you there. I'm not just saying it, we really would love to see you there. And cut.